Single in the first, flew out to right and popped out to second. First pitch to Meyer in there for ball one. Outside corner. Like I normally say, now we've got picture for you, ladies and gentlemen. We're glad you've joined us here tonight, this Friday night. Game 2 of this Hoosier Crossroads Conference Series. That ball swung on and hit to third. Cooper Miles up high, but an outstretched arm of Bryce Masterson gets Meyer for out number 2. That'll be the pitcher, Brian Skelton. Skelton was 1 for 3 last night with a double. He doubled in the top of the 7th, but was stranded at third base in that kind of last-ditch effort as Westfield dropped last night's series opener 6-0 to Noblesville.
Yeah, the infield's going to be a little bit slow here with the rain that came down.
And that's exactly where his double landed last night, I believe, as this will be a long single.
Skelton being very cautious there on the running. The way that ball just hit the ground there, and it absolutely died. And by the time Gowdy got there, I think Skelton easily could have had a double. But
normally.
With 2 outs, he probably didn't want to take the chance.
Now up is the third baseman, Sam Eaton. Eaton last night walked and was 1 for 2 at the plate with a single. He was stranded at first after he and Skelton were both stranded on the corners when Zach Collins and Cam Nance both struck out looking for the final 2 outs of last night's game at Noblesville.
We're going to have a courtesy runner into the game for the Shamrocks. That's going to be number 32, Caleb Pettijohn. Of course, a courtesy runner, a new feature in baseball here in the last couple of years to go into the game for either the catcher or the pitcher when they reach base.
Or the DH. That one low downstairs for a ball.
I did not realize the DH was covered by that also.
Yep, I've noticed that. I believe last year in this it became more of a kind of a leisurely thing. Like, let's get the DH walks, DH gets on base, serve with a hit, put a runner in.
Well, as our friend Perry Williams would say, you just taught an old dog a new trick.
2-0 the count on Eden.
Eaton comes into the day batting .353.
3-0 the count as Cleverly will go out to talk to his sophomore hurler.
Only one senior in the starting lineup for the Shamrocks tonight, that being pitcher Brian Skelton. A lot of these players are seeing their first varsity action this year.
That's a good thing for Coach Bunnell. 3-0, Sharp comes set, catches the outside corner, and it's got to be a high percentage, but a 3-0 pitch, if it's anywhere close, that's going to get called.
Oh, yeah. And that was a good call. That was right over the corner of the plate.
Yep. He painted that outside black. Here's the 3-1 from Sharp. Swung on and fouled back. It looks like that's going to be out of play, but no, Masterson's got it.
Oh, he just missed it.
He thought about the fence too much. He had about 3-4 feet. Thought about it too much, and that's strike 2, 3-2.
That's too bad because he was right in front of that fence, and I think what he was thinking is that ball might end up being over the fence, but you certainly don't want to run into the fence.
No.
They don't give.
Especially at chain link. That's
full count.
Those poles are pretty steady in the ground and tight. Mm-hmm. Ground ball, 2-hop to short. Gillian heaves it over and into the glove of Masterson, and that's out number 3.
Fans, we'd like you to welcome you to today's IHSAA baseball broadcast on Hamilton County Television. It's all sponsored by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating their 25th year in business. We'd like to thank our other great sponsors. They include Noblesville Trophies, Wofford Theater, Movies on the Road, and we're going to talk about some good movies here tonight. They're coming up that Jim and company are putting on. Some also down in Saxony and Fishers. Community Health, Church Hiddle and Antrim, Ivy Tech, Smith's Jewelers, Mark Hairbrand, The Bold and Bassy. It's not Bassy, it's Sassy. I'm thinking of fish.
Sold and Bassy?
You got it backwards. The Bold and Sassy Salon, the official hair salon of the Wofford family. Indiana Restoration, and a brand new sponsor joining us for the first time here on Hamilton County Television, Yancey's Fine Apparel and Tuxedo Rental. Just in time for prom season. And they're located right there in that same area there, right with Logan Street Signs and Banners. So you can go celebrate 25 years, and if old Jim ever throws a party for that 25 years, you can go get a tux at Yancey's Fine Apparel to wear to that.
He's got all year to do it.
Yeah, he does. He does. I think he ought to do that. I think that would be nice.
The pitcher, Reese Sharp, will lead things off here in the top of the second inning. Glad you've joined us tonight. Craig Atkins along with Brad Silbert. Jim Wofford, our executive producer, trying to stay dry in that hometown television truck there. And Will Wofford on the camera tonight.
Both pitchers had faced 4 batters in the first inning, so let's see what happens here in the second.
Threw that curveball and on the inside corner. Got Sharp to lay off and look at it. Mark Gowdy on deck, the right fielder.
0-2 the count.
Just a bit outside
a little bit out. It's always interesting to see the first half dozen or so batters and learn what the umpire is expecting for as far as a strike zone.
That one popped up, foul first base side, and that's going to be reeled in by number 20 out there, Jason Gavinesh, for out number 1. Mark Gowdy last night, good night at the plate. 2 for 3 with a run scored, double and a single. So far, Skelton likes that curveball.
Right over the heart of the plate for that called strike.
He's getting Noblesville hitters to kind of bite and lay off.
Mm-hmm.
That one's low downstairs for 1-1.
Follows up the off speed with a fastball that just didn't have enough height on it.
Ooh, if he wouldn't have ducked, that may have hit him right on the helmet. 2-1 on Gowdy. The DH, Jacob Tiemann on deck, number 23. Followed by Zach Tuine and Harris Camp to round out Noblesville's order. Up and in for 3-1 on Gowdy.
1 out, nobody on here in the top of the second.
We weren't sure if we'd see the sun the rest of the day, but it's coming back out. That one's down and in on the shoelaces of Gowdy, and he'll walk on 5 pitches.
Second walk so far today that Brian Skelton has given up. Team and another junior in the lineup of Justin Keever.
Team in pinch hit last night.
Both of these teams had a lot of seniors on their teams last year. 7 and 8 seniors respectively between the two teams. That one just barely caught that inside corner for a called strike.
Tiemann looked over at the first base dugout, and you're not going to get an answer there.
Mm-hmm.
The umpire's got the answer. That was a strike.
Yep.
Downstairs, 1-1.
Skelton's had a lot more luck with his off-speed so far today than he has with his fastball. Most of his fastballs have been low.
That one's inside for a ball and
Just
safely. Yep, Gowdy swipes second base there. 2-1 to count on the Noblesville DH, Tiemann.
It was a pretty good throw from Zach Collins. Had it been a little bit lower, they might have gotten him, but it was accurate as far as getting right to the base.
And you almost get too conscious of if you're going to, locate it in the right spot out there to get it to the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Skelton comes set. Tiemann swings and misses. That's strike 2. Number 9, Zach Tuine on deck for Noblesville.
Tiemann's a .238 batter. Batting in place of the third baseman, Cooper Miles.
Fouls this one away. First base side, not a play. He laid off a little bit, but it was just a hair tardy. Oh, that ball's thrown into center field as they tried to get Gowdy at second, and he'll advance.
I think there's a case where the damp field, in that case, definitely helped the Millers there, Craig, because the ball was thrown. It was thrown fairly hard, but as soon as it got away from the shortstop, Matthew Meyer, when it hit the turf out there, Logan McClurg was playing pretty well straight away, but not real deep, but he was far enough back that he had a long run to get to that ball.
Yeah, it wasn't as easy as it could have been with a normal throw like that overthrows that throw back to second.
But I think the dampness in the grass definitely slowed that thing down a little bit.
That ball down and in. Tiemann walks on 7 pitches.
Second consecutive walk given up in the inning by Brian Skelton.
Zach Tuine now the Noblesville hitter. Looks like the infield's going to meet up at the mound out there, Coach Bunnell and his infield.
Well, we had a chance to talk to Coach Bunnell before the game today, and we just kind of, in just general conversation with him, he was not, he wasn't real pleased with the way his team played last night. He said they just played kind of sluggish and just not putting 100% effort into it. I think I'm trying to remember the exact term he used, but I think it was something like they just kind of had an off day.
Yeah, it seemed like, and one thing they pointed out was, every time they did hit, a good ball, it went to a Noblesville fielder. Like I said earlier, they had of the 7 innings, they had 4 innings that ended in double plays, and which obviously that means they had some base runners on. I mean, they left three on base, but they obviously could have done that, that much more, or possibly gotten on the scoreboard.
Yeah,
with even half of those.
Well, Tuine is a 167 hitter, so I would imagine that Coach Bunnell was telling Blake Skelton or Brian Skelton rather, just to bear down, get the work on getting the batter, and if he does hit the ball, you got the fielders there to take and make the play. 1-1 is the count.
Skelton comes set. Curveball again, hits the outside corner, 1-2.
He's got that curveball really under control tonight so far, Craig. He had one there earlier in the game where it was really high, but other than that, I think almost every off-speed he's thrown has been for a strike.
Let's see what he comes back with on the 1-2. Inside on the shoelaces of Tuine, 2-2.
Tiemann took second, by the way.
Yep. Upstairs, that curveball just didn't break down. 3-2 now to 2-A with Harris Camp, the Noblesville center fielder, on deck.
The ones he's been getting called the strikes on have really had quite an arc to them, and that one didn't arc that much.
That one inside and walks 2-A, so Noblesville has runners at all bags. Bases juiced with 1 out. 3 walks in a row by the pitcher, Brian Skelton.
1 out. Probably really doesn't hurt too bad having the bases loaded at this point, Craig, because
that sets up
it still sets up the double play. It sets up a force at any base, first of all.
Yep.
And, sets up the double play, which you saw in the game last night. I think you told me that Noblesville entered an inning during the game.
Yeah, last night, Harris Camp 1 for 3 with a bunt single, which was probably, I'll get to this in just a second, as Skelton gets ready for his first pitch.
Same place, low and inside for that ball. Ball 1.
Textbook bunt last night. I kid you not, down the third baseline by Harris Camp. It literally was about 4 inches fair the whole way it rolled.
Look out.
Hits him right in the back, and Noblesville with that hit by a pitch takes a 1-0 lead as Mark Gowdy touches the plate.
Tiemann and 2-A both move up a base. And we're back to the top of the order. Travis Gillian, last inning, early in the count, flew out to right field on a nice play by Kyle Pepio.
Yeah, Pepio, I mean, I haven't seen a right fielder come over that far in quite a while to snag a fly ball, but it may have been something where McClurg didn't fully see it.
That's
up
going to
and
score
off
another
the
run.
glove. Gillian gets out of the way. Tiemann in standing up.
I'm going to score that a wild pitch.
Yep, that is a wild pitch.
Takes the force off.
So that advances 2-A to third, and Harris Camp now at second base for Noblesville.
Skelton just has not had any control in this inning at all.
He seemed like he had
4
control.
walks in the game and already 1 hit batter.
Up and away to Gillian, 2-0. Oh, 3-0.
Still no action in the Westfield bullpen. But I've got to believe that if Skelton can't start getting the ball across the plate real quick, we're going to see some action out there in that bullpen.
Here comes the 3-0. That one inside, but on the corner.
Good pitch.
Gillian kind of shrugged back and tried to play it like it was a ball on the inside corner, but it was a strike.
That's the best fastball he's thrown all evening.
Here comes the 3-1 to Gillian.
That's going to be right there.
Yep,
at
that's
the
a letter.
Wow. Evens it up at 3-2.
If he can come back and get Gillian on this, this would be a huge at-bat.
Yeah, it's a big out. They need an out here.
Infield on the front lip of the infield. Up high. And the bases are once again loaded. So 2-A at third, Harris Camp at second, and Gillian now.
And Coach Bunnell is coming back out, so this will be his second visit. So we will have a pitching change here. And while we're talking, while we're in the midst of that pitching change, let's talk a little bit about Yancey's Apparel. They're doing business in Noblesville. They've been in business in Noblesville for over 40 years. They're located inside of Logan Street Signs and Banners. Just enter the north side door. Yancey's Fine Apparel and Tuxedo Rental at 317-773-2973. They guarantee you the best prices around Prices from $100 to $155. That includes everything. Contact Dan at 317-773-2973.
Tuxedo prices have gone up since I went to prom 20 years ago.
They've gone up since I got married many, many years ago.
DJ Owens, the Noblesville second baseman, up with bases loaded. Upstairs, 1-0 from Skelton. Yeah, I guess that isn't the rule. I thought after 2 visits.
Yeah, I thought with the second visit, I thought he had a change. I have to stand corrected.
Maybe they've changed more rules on us than we think.
Yeah, they probably have. Sneaky little devils.
That one outside for a ball, 2-0.
Now we do have somebody warming up down there in the bullpen.
Although we would need binoculars because we can't see through that.
I don't have my binoculars
shaded
with
fence.
me tonight.
That's
There's
strike.
a good fastball. Makes it 2-1. Owens walked in the first inning.
Last night he was 1 for 2 and got hit in the 4th. Check that 1 for 2. That one, same pitch, same location, 2-2. Yeah, Skelton firing well. It's just that he hasn't been able to locate.
Yeah,
that
he's
well.
been getting 2 strikes, but he just hasn't been able to finish off the batters. Let's see if he can do it here with Owens.
Oh,
inside.
That just about hit Owens. 3-2.
Just about brushed the belt buckle there. Let's see, maybe polished the belt buckle.
Just about hit him again, but that will walk another run in. And now it's 3-0 Noblesville. That puts Harris Camp at third, Travis Gillian at second, and DJ Owens with his second walk of the night.
The Millers have got an opportunity here, Craig, to really bust this thing wide open with Cleverly and Masterson coming up.
Upstairs and in.
Cleverly comes in at 444. Masterson batting 500. So the big bats are next up for the Millers.
Yeah, the 3 and 4 hitters hitting well lately for Noblesville. That one sky high.
In foul
and
territory.
Looks like it's going to be out of play.
But out of play, yeah, out of the stadium.
1-1 to count on Cleverly. As he got a pretty good bat on the ball there, but just back foul behind the third base dugout. Skelton comes set. That one's downstairs, 2-1.
He just hasn't been able to get that fastball up in the zone.
In the stretch, here comes Skelton.
He's in danger of walking another one in.
High again, 3-1 to Cleverly.
Five walks and 1 batter hit so far in this inning.
Yep,
There's
that
a
one's
strike.
inside, but on the inside corner, 3-2.
Back to a full count again. How many times have we said that already?
And Noblesville with 3 runs, still yet to get a hit. That one hit high to left, and underneath that,
Evan
ball
Tomac
caught.
makes
Runners
the play.
advance, and scoring will be Harris Camp. And Gillian and DJ Owens both advance to second and third, respectively, and Noblesville with a 4 spot so far here in the 4th inning.
They've done it all without a hit. 9th batter of the inning coming up, Bryce Masterson. Up
and away for 1-0 to Masterson. He's one of those guys, that you obviously don't want to give anything good, especially with 2 runners on. But he made Masterson reach last time, striking him out with that same exact pitch.
Yep.
As now it's 1-1, 1-1 on the senior first baseman. Swing and a miss again.
Masterson looked a little anxious up there to you.
Yeah, it's almost like he just took himself a deep breath, and he looks anxious.
Concentrate.
Did in his first at bat as well, and Skelton stymied him. Swing and a miss again as Masterson K's for out number 3, but nonetheless, Noblesville 4 runs, no hits, 2 left on base.
What a performance so far by the Millers. Inning and a half in a 4-0 lead. Fans are celebrating 25 years at Logan Street Signs and Banners, where they specialize in last-minute signage and banners. Serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. Give them a call, 317-773-7200, or visit their new website, www.loganstreetsigns.com. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And also don't forget to stop by and see our friends at Noblesville Trophies. They offer a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provides you with same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out online, www.noblesvilletrophies.com. Follow them also on Facebook and Twitter. We're moving to the bottom of the second, Craig, and the Shamrocks have got some ground to make up.
Yeah, I mean, tough second inning for Brian Skelton. He threw 45 pitches in that second inning, just 19 strikes. And, and we kept saying, and the old phrase goes, it's all about location.
Oh, it is.
And he couldn't locate. And, in that top of the second, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walks, and he hit Harris Camp in the back. And got himself in a hole there, and
when you give 6 batters a free pass, you're going to pay for it. And they, and unfortunately for the Shamrocks, they paid for it big time, spotting the Millers
check that, 5 walks,
4-0 lead.
Fouled away is the first pitch from the bat of Zach Collins.
Collins comes into the game today batting .333.
That one laced foul.
Hot shot.
First base side, yeah. 0-2 the count.
The Shamrocks are batting .249 as a team so far this season, which is just about what they batted last year. A ball and 2 strikes.
A pitch just off the plate. 1-2 the count. Sharp getting his sign from Cleverly. Looks like he's setting up away. And he slices that one foul, third base side.
On that previous pitch, Collins he kind of got frozen there, and I think he was halfway expecting to get rung up because that was close.
Fouled straight back behind us. 1-2 the count. This one lined and just past the glove of DJ Owens.
If DJ Owens was about 6 inches taller, or had been 1 foot further to the south, he would have had that one.
Yeah. 22, Evan Tomac, the left fielder.
Second hit of the game. And both hits belong to the Shamrocks. Quick throw over to first. Collins is back there in time.
Caught a sneeze and it didn't come.
Uh-oh.
Last night, Tomac with 1 for 2 with a double. Swing and fouled. Looked like it hit the umpire's left foot.
No, he's not hopping around. We're going to get a courtesy runner now for Collins. That's
number 3.
Number 3, Cam Nance, going in to run.
Yeah, last night the double by Tomac in the 6th. He got doubled off to end the 6th inning on a line out to center from Trey Anderson, and he was far enough off the bag with 1 out that the throw in from Harris Camp to DJ Owens, he tossed it over to Gillian at short. He was standing on the bag at second for an 8-6-4. Crazy way to end the inning. 0-2 the count on Evan Tomac. He moved up 2 slots in the order tonight for Gavinesh, the first baseman, to enter the lineup. Sharp, low and inside.
Still well ahead in the count at 1-2.
Checks first, and the ball goes past
He could end
Bryce
up at third.
Masterson, and cautiously Cam Nance just trots over to second base and stands.
That will be an error.
Yep, that should be.
That slower turf probably is the only thing that kept Collins at second base. He was a little slow getting up, but once that ball got beyond there.
Swing and a miss. Tomac goes down on strikes. 1 away with right fielder Kyle Pepio, number 4, up now for Westfield.
I wonder how many more Pepios there are in the Westfield system.
Well, if Kyle's a sophomore, I wonder if there are any in the middle school age.
Or cousins, or quite the athletic family.
Yeah. Strike in there for the first pitch as a quick break on that curveball by Reese Sharp. Just a hair downstairs, 1-1. Looks like a pretty tight zone. Some of these pitches look like he may call them, and then he doesn't.
Yeah, I don't think he's giving him the benefit of anything low tonight, Craig.
No. And, of course, obviously, it'd be cool if we had, like, a catcher cam.
That was a good pitch.
Yeah.
Evens it up at 2-2.
Got Pepio to bite on that, and he fouled it back. 2-2 the count. 1 out on that Tomac strikeout. Runner at second is Cam Nance, as he's courtesy running for Zach Collins. Fouled away, first base side. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 of the inning and of the game for Reese Sharp. Two down with Jason Gabinish. Gavinish didn't see any action in last night's game as Skelton was playing first base. Just outside there, first pitch. Looks like we got a very calm evening from here out.
Yeah.
Gavinish thought about it, but that one was up and away for ball 2. 2-0. Sharp catches the inside corner. About knee high, 2-1 now.
One of the few batters he's actually been behind in the count in. For the most part, he's either been even or ahead in the count.
Sharp checks Nance back to second base. Gillian trying to keep him honest over there. Fouled straight back. 2-2.
That was a good pitch over the outside corner of the plate.
Sharp comes set. Strike 3 swinging. Down to first. There goes the throw. And, I think he said Bryce Masterson's foot came up.
I did not see that. I thought he stayed on the base. I thought he did a good job of staying on the base.
Looks like Justin Kiefer is going to go question that. I didn't think his foot came off the bag.
No, I didn't either. He was on his toes, but in the meantime, Cam Nance, who was at third base,
comes in to score.
He advanced on the play. So officially, it's a strikeout, but he does get first base on the pass ball on the catcher. So the Shamrocks are on the board. 2 outs, 1 on. We're in the bottom of the second, 4-1 in favor of the Millers.
It's always the craziest stat. He's got 3 strikeouts in the inning. But
yeah, I was watching Masterson when he caught that ball, and
I thought
he had to stretch, and he had to stretch high. But now, I mean, I will give deference to the base umpire because he was positioned right where he is right now, and he must have seen a gap of light come up under that foot that we couldn't see from our angle.
0-1 to count on Trey Anderson. And that ball is grounded to DJ Owens. Gets it quickly. Had to get it over quickly to Masterson. But 4-3 in your scorebook, and through 2 full innings, it's Noblesville 4, Westfield 1, as they got one run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left.
Fans, let's talk about Wofford Theater and movies on the go. Free movies in a couple locations. At Witten Park and Fishers, that's going to be presented by Saxony. On May 20th, Finding Dory. On June 3rd, Moana. June 17th, Sing. And then the free classic movie event series at Forest Park and Noblesville. That's on Friday starting June 2nd, running through August 4th. What a great evening of family entertainment. Some of the movies that are coming, and this is just the ones coming in June, Craig. Patch Adams, A Philadelphia Story, August Rush, Funny Face, and Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken. And don't forget, the night of the Noblesville Street Dance. That's at Federal Hill in Noblesville, coming up on July 8th. This is all sponsored by Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, and Hamilton County Television. If you'd like more information to get a complete lineup on everything that's going on movie-wise this summer, go to www.woffordtheater.com.
Top of the third inning. First hitter will be the pitcher for Noblesville, Reese Sharp. Last inning, Sharp led things off with flying out, or actually popping out in foul territory to the first baseman, Gavinish. And all 9 Millers saw the batter's box last inning as they plated 4 runs. Oddly enough, with no hits with those 5 Skelton walks. Sharp belts this one, and it's going to be right in the glove of Evan Tomac on the first pitch for out number 1.
I thought maybe that might have eyes for the gap there, Craig, but it didn't quite make it. Just a long line out.
Sharp looks pretty frustrated because he thought that he had a base hit on that.
Yep. I thought he did too when it left the bat.
Mark Gowdy, the right fielder, up. He walked and scored last time, also stole a base, and this one fouled straight back over the press box. 0-1 is our count.
Gowdy was the first of 6 Millers in a row to reach. 5 of those by walks, 1 of them by a hit batsman.
Here comes the 0-2 from
4
Skelton.
of those 6 scored.
Yeah. This one belted high. It's going to be shallow center.
Looks like it's going to be the shortstop.
Meyer
grabs it.
2 quick outs and 4 pitches. Completely regrouped Brian Skelton, if you will, Brad.
Yes. This is just exactly what Skelton needs. He needs a good inning. He needs to show that he can settle down and show Coach Bunnell that, leave me in here, Coach.
Here's a curveball to Tiemann.
But with the number of pitches that he threw last inning, I know at one point before the inning was over, he had 45 pitches already last inning. He's probably not good for more than, I would say, another, depending how things go, maybe a couple more innings at the most.
But if he can keep getting his curveball to locate like he did these first 2 to Tiemann, he's got an 0-2 count on the junior DH. Yeah, before this inning started. Tiemann hits this one.
That could
shallow
fall in there.
And that does fall. Tiemann's going to end up at second base as 3 Shamrocks around it. 0-2.
I think we'll give him a 2-base hit on that one.
I agree there.
I know we had we had 3 or 4 Shamrocks there right around the ball. But it just dropped in there, and I think I think the fact of the matter was just nobody could get to it.
Yeah, a little tougher than thought to be. Skelton with Tiemann at second, with 2-A at the plate. That ball low in the dirt, bounces in front of the plate. Very alert, Zach Miller.
When 2-A did the right thing, too, he didn't know where that ball was, but he didn't move for fear of if he moved, don't want to avoid any catcher interference.
Right.
Or batter interference, I guess, interference with the catcher.
Up and away, 2-0 to 2-A.
That's one you don't see called very often, but in a game last night between the Hamilton Southeastern Royals and the Fishers Tigers, it was called. And it was on a strikeout and a attempted steal, and it ended an inning.
That one hits dirt again, 3-0.
And it was kind of funny because it was a left-handed batter, and he swung and missed, and his momentum kind of took him toward the plate, and it was just enough to interfere with the catcher on the throw to second.
Sometimes those are pretty costly.
Mm-hmm.
Up and in, 4 straight pitches. Another walk to Zach Tuane. That'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Harris Camp.
Camp was the one who was hit by the pitch last inning. Scored the 4th Miller run.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, even with 2 outs, if he were to square down.
Mm-hmm.
As he just about pulled one up. I mean, I don't honestly think I've seen a better textbook bunt than I saw last night. I mean, you couldn't have placed it down the line any better than just 4 inches inside the white.
And with the way they're laying the fields out now, Perry or Craig, without the brick dust down the field now, down the lines. To once you get that ball down there, it's probably going to go straighter. It might not.
Yeah.
It's not going to roll foul like it used to when you had the brick dust all the way down there.
3-0 the count to Harris Camp.
I still kind of miss the days of the brick dust down the foul lines.
Skelton checking his runners. Looks. Puts this one on the outside corner. 3-1 the count now on Harris Camp.
Skelton got the first 2 batters very easily, and then Tiemann doubled. Tuane walked.
Walks this
and another
one.
walk.
So the bases are loaded.
Top of the order.
A 2-out double. Kind of a bloop double, almost like a Texas Leaguer double.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
By Jacob Tiemann. And
here
2
comes
consecutive
Coach
walks.
Bunnell out again.
I think this may be it because we did have. Yep,
we did have some. Yeah, and I can't read the number quite yet, but there is.
Looks like 34. Zach Zaborowski will be the new Westfield pitcher, a freshman.
Now, are we going to see a double change here?
Yeah, I'm guessing we will. Gabinesh will probably be.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see him
Looks like Skelton will probably switch over to first base.
The Shamrocks did not have a designated hitter tonight.
Oh, that's true.
So Skelton is going to move to first. And will that take Gabinesh out of the game, I would assume?
I think that just, that's your double switch. Gabinesh out. Skelton moves from the mound to first. And Zaborowski. That brings up Noblesville's leadoff hitter, Travis Gillian.
Yeah, it appears that Eaton did stay at third.
So I believe Gabinesh will be done.
Gabinesh is, at least for this point, done.
Yeah. His first pitch on the shoelaces of Gillian.
Gillian with a pop out and a walk. Caught the inside corner to even it up.
Tried to shy it back there.
A hit and 2 walks has loaded the bases for the Millers, threatening to add some more runs to their 3-run lead.
And all that Eaton has to do is step on the third base bag. Noblesville leaves 3, but they chased Skelton with those walks.
Fans, Ivy Tech prepares Indiana residents to learn, live, and work in a diverse, competitive environment. To answer any questions on enrolling or general information, visit their website, www.ivytech.edu, or give them a call, 317-921-4300. Also like to remind you that Community Health is Central Indiana's leader in providing health care services where and when the patients need them. With any questions, contact Community Health, 317-355-7775, or check out their website, www.ecommunity.com. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. This game is already an hour old, Craig, and it's just not moving along very quickly. We've had a lot of action on the bases.
Yeah, a lot of action on the bases. It's kind of like, it's all a big mind game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what got, one big thing that got Brian Skelton. He got in his own head there, I think, and he just couldn't call his own game in his head, if you will.
Yeah, exactly.
And wound up that he walked, he had 8 walks and 1 hit batsman. So obviously not the night he was looking for, to say the least.
Well, the fortunate thing for the Shamrocks at this point is, Craig, they're only behind by 3 runs.
Yeah.
And that's, that is very, very fortunate. And they have the top of the order coming up. So the batters have seen Reese Sharp once already. They've seen the umpire one time through. So let's see how they handle the second time through the order.
Just a bit outside and off the glove of Cleverly. Glad you've joined us this Friday night here at Shamrock Field in Westfield, as Noblesville pitcher Reese Sharp has even the count up 1-1. Curveball in
nice pitch.
1-2 the count. That ball is hit to left. It's shallow and just in front of Zach Tuine.
One of those classic Texas leaguers.
Yeah. So that gets Logan McClurg on for the third Shamrock
Ken Harrelson call that? A little duck snorter?
Duck snorter, yeah. I try not to watch him if I'm kidding. No, he's
quite the personality.
Despite being we're both Cubs fans and he's the White Sox announcer. He is good at what he does, and that's why he's been doing it as long as he has. Matthew Meyer, the shortstop, up now for Westfield. Runner on first. Logan McClurg up and in.
I was reading a thing about him the other day that he wants to hang in there a couple of more years so he can have been part of baseball in 6 different decades.
That's crazy. Wow.
He's an Indiana boy, lives up in LaPorte.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did not know that.
Yeah. Used to do all the White Sox games, and then the last couple seasons, he is not doing their home games anymore because of the commute from LaPorte to the south side of Chicago. He just does probably 80% of the 80-90% of the road games in a few home games. You know, when it comes to a Cubs-White Sox game, he'll be there for that.
Oh, yeah. Strike right down the pipe from Reese Sharp.
Of course, he's working with Steve Stone now, who worked for the Cubs for many years.
Mm-hmm.
And Stone probably, if not the leading, one of the best analysts in the game.
I would say he and Jim DeShays, who does the Cubs analyst work with Len Casper, probably two of the best analysts in how they dissect each player in each inning and game and whatnot.
And when they say something, it's meaningful.
Yeah.
They just don't talk to be talking like so many of the people you hear nowadays.
I thought it was cool that Cubs, I believe Crane Kenny has managed to strike out for Reese Sharp. He's got 4 on the night so far. That Crane Kenny, I believe he's the Cubs vice president of operations, was in the booth Wednesday night and gave Len Casper and Jim DeShays World Series rings.
Mm-hmm. They're a class organization.
Oh, yeah. Same thing with Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer. I believe they got rings as well.
Yeah.
Just,
Do you know how many rings that they made?
1,908.
Yep, 1,900.
And that was strike swinging by Skelton, and that
Could
ball
be out. He is.
Great throw there by Alex Cleverly. Strike swinging there by Skelton, and gunned down on the 2. I believe that was a 2-6.
Was it a 6 or a 2? I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I believe that was shortstop Travis Gillian. So 2-6. CS in your scorebooks.
Either way, it was a great play, a good throw by Alex Cleverly.
Absolutely.
And Travis Gillian was right there to get that ball and get the tag onto Logan McClurg.
That ball is grounded softly. Owen's going to have to get on it. He's safe. Yep, Skelton beats it out. Owens took a little bit more time than he probably should have. And he beat that throw out.
Well, I think that also might be a product of a the infield isn't wet. I would not classify it as wet, Craig, but I would say it's probably damp. And it just slowed that ball down enough that DJ Owens could not get there and get it in time.
It's got that dirt compacted down out there from that steady downpour we had for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Outside corner for first pitch, strike from Reese Sharp.
So how big is that caught stealing now?
That's huge because that runner could easily be at third base.
Oh, yeah, would have been.
And probably would have taken off before that. Who knows? He may have gone home. That ball is
going to be a foul ball.
Caught by Mark Gowdy and just into foul territory. Ends the Westfield threat there. Off the bat of Eaton. And through 3 full innings. Actually, through 3 full innings, it's Noblesville 4, Westfield 1.
Say, from personal injury claims to complex business litigations to divorce cases, Church, Hiddle, and Antrim protect the rights of individuals, businesses, schools, and government bodies all over Indiana, with offices in Noblesville, Fishers, Merrillville, and Tipton. Contact their Noblesville office at 317-773-5320 or visit their website, www.cchalaw.com. Church, Hiddle, and Antrim. We are through 3. The score remains 4-1. All the scoring so far coming in the second inning. The Shamrocks, 1 run on 4 hits. The Millers, 4 runs on 1 hit.
Is that Morse code?
Well, here's a score from Fishers. After 3 innings, the Tigers are up on the Royals 9-0.
Is it a fair assessment to say that Fishers is a for real team this year?
Oh yeah,
they're loaded.
We had them last Saturday here on Hamilton County Television, And they are a good baseball team. There is no doubt about it. And the game that the Royals and the Tigers played last night was just a classic battle between two very good teams. And they both deserve to be rated 2 and 3 in the state because they are that good. They're both good teams. It's going to be a dogfight between these two for the conference championship. And come sectional time, it's going to be even more intense.
And I think this is the team that Matthew Cherry's been waiting for.
Yeah,
because he's had some good seniors in the past, but they haven't produced like they should have, or they've lost to close games, or all those games games they should have won that got out of their reach. They're going to win those games this year.
Well, Ryan Metz pitched a very good game for the Tigers last night, but picking up the loss, unfortunately for him. But Luke Dermott is pitching that game tonight over at Fishers, and with a 9-0 lead. We saw him last Saturday in the first game against Noblesville, and he struck out 16 in that game.
Next up for Noblesville, the catcher Alex Cleverly. He had a sac fly to left last inning. First pitch, a ball.
The Tigers were within one strike of winning that game last night when the Royals tied it up in the bottom of the 7th.
And that game went how long?
10 innings. It was well over 3 hours long.
Past Brad Silbert's bedtime, folks.
Boy, I'll tell you, it was.
Down the line, and greatly fielded by Eden. But the ball literally just came out of his glove.
I'm going to give Cleverly a base hit on that because I really do believe that by the time Eaton would have got that thing out of his glove with the momentum that he had moving toward the foul line, I question whether even he would have been able to throw over to first, or if he would have, I don't think it would have been a very close play.
Because of where he was almost by...
Yeah, he was almost to the coach's box.
Yeah, almost over there by Kevin Fitzgerald, and that's quite a ways over, let alone from the bag itself.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Miller out there too. Or check that, Zach Collins out there to talk to his freshman pitcher.
I think we got Tyler Owens. I believe that's 11 over there at first base in as the courtesy runner.
That is Tyler Owens. Strike on the inside corner to first baseman Bryce Masterson, trying to resurrect his night at the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a couple Ks. Owens checked back to first.
Masterson came into this game tonight batting .500.
Zabrowski comes set. And belted foul out near 31.
Well, this is right where he wants to be. Zabrowski wants to be right there at 0-2 ahead of Masterson, because Masterson has already shown us earlier today that put that one up about eye level and he'll swing at it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Gets in front of this one and foul down.
He had a pitch
line
to hit, though, location-wise. That was Zaborowski probably got away with one there.
It's almost like Masterson, a little more anxious.
Yeah.
Seeing this freshman pitcher.
He was probably thinking he was getting a fastball. He got it off speed. Because if that had been a fastball at that location, he'd have pounded it. Because he just barely got out in front of that one.
Boy, Zaborowski doesn't trust Tyler Owens over there at first base one bit. 0-2 the count to Masterson. Owens with a healthy lead over there at first. Outside, 1-2.
Masters hoping that the young freshman will make a mistake here.
Belts this one high. Skelton in foul territory, calls it off.
Gets it.
And Collins stays in the halo. There's out number 2.
I was wondering if that ball was ever going to come down. Boy, that was hit high.
Yeah, he smacked that thing high.
Well, fortunately for Skelton on that, he didn't have a wind to deal with.
Yeah, we look at those flags.
No wind at all.
See the flags over at the softball field and old Glory out there in dead center. Stiff. Owens takes off and no throw down to second.
Just got a further update on the Tigers and Royals. All 9 of those runs for the Tigers came in the 3rd inning.
Wow.
A 9-run 3rd inning.
I haven't seen that since,
Wow.
I want to say it was 4 or 5 years ago when the Cubs were down 9-1 going into the bottom of the 9th, came back and won 10-9.
I know Luke Dermott was scheduled to pitch for Fishers tonight, and Carter Lohman scheduled for the Royals.
That'd be a matchup. Ball in the dirt, 2-1.
Dermott's headed to Ohio State next year.
Good for him. That's a
great program.
Yep.
Misses and goes to 3-1 now.
Up and away to Sharp.
Sharp has made contact. Both of his at-bats. Popped out to the first baseman and lined out to left field his last time up.
Ooh, up and in for ball 4. Mark Gowdy, the right fielder, up for Noblesville. 2 runners on, 2 outs. And Zach Collins out there to talk to Zach Zaborowski. And it looks like number 10, Jacob Bowen, will courtesy run for the pitcher at first base. Yeah, it kind of makes a mess of your scorecard with all these courtesy runners for possibly 3 different players. That is if your pitcher does bad.
I've got 9 walks so far tonight for the Millers.
Nine walks and a hit batsman. Gowdy tonight, 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. That one just high for first pitch ball. Jacob Tiemann, the DH, on deck. Ooh, that one in there, right there, over the plate. 1-1. This freshman's got some good location to him.
Yes, he does.
Can't beat that with a stick when he can pitch a freshman, no matter if he's starting or out of the bullpen. You don't see pitching too much starting, as freshmen.
Very seldom do you see a freshman pitcher out there.
Being around, this is my 9th year being the PA of Noblesville baseball. I haven't seen a freshman start a game, I believe, since Ryan Byrne from Noblesville. He started all 4 years.
And rightfully so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Great pitcher when he was there.
Super ball player.
That ball is hit high, and runners are on the go. And Tomac comes in, but that's going to be Matthew Meyer out there from his shortstop slot. Noblesville strands a pair. They've stranded 7 runners. Check that, 8 runners now.
Van Smith Jewelers has been serving Hamilton County, including at Noblesville, Fishers, Westfield, and Carmel, for over 65 years. Many jewelry stores have come and gone, yet Smith's remains. If you were to ask how and why, the answer certainly would be their outstanding jewelry selection and customer service. The knowledgeable staff at Smith's Jewelers is eager to give their customers a memorable, positive experience. Give them a call or contact them at 317-773-3383 or visit them online at smithsonthesquare.com. We're in the middle of the 4th inning, 4-1 in favor of the visiting Noblesville Millers. The Shamrocks, quite frankly, Craig, are probably lucky this isn't a 6 or 7 or 8 run down that they're down, because they certainly have the Millers certainly have stranded enough batters, and the Shamrocks have given the Millers a lot of opportunities in this game.
Yeah, they've stranding an average of 2 runners per inning. Obviously, we've seen a couple different opportunities with bases loaded, where even with more than just the walks, the 9 walks they've accumulated with hits, they could have really busted this game open.
Yeah.
But Westfield's kept it honest at 4-1. That first pitch from Sharp is lowered inside for a ball. Catcher Zach Collins, the first Westfield hitter here in the bottom of 4. That one hit on the handle.
Going to be a quick play. Can he beat it? Nope.
Looks like that's one thing that DJ Owens is going to have to do. He's going to have to get the ball out of the glove quicker.
That was hit just a little bit harder than that last opportunity he had. That he did not get the runner at first, but still in all, the little bit of rain that we had here a couple of hours ago, it's
kind of matted things down.
Yeah, it's made a difference in the turf.
Outside corner for a strike. 0-1 to Tomac.
Sharp still looking for his first 3-up, 3-down inning as a pitcher.
That one just high. Tomac not real tall, so that probably came to an advantage there. 2-1 the count. Tomac just a sophomore. Outside for a 3-1. So far, no walks issued by Reese Sharp. That one fouled off the handle. First base side, 3-2 now.
In spite of the rain earlier, not too bad of a crowd out here tonight.
Yeah, actually, it's pretty decent. I mean, both sides plus some fans below here. Outside corner. Strike 3 called as Tomac strikes out for
Tomac
the second
thought
time.
He had a walk.
Yep, he sure did. Started to drop his bat. And now it's sophomore right fielder Kyle Pepio. He also struck out in his first plate appearance of the evening. Swung on and fouled off first base side. Just off the plate, 1-1. That one going to be a slow grounder to third, and Miles. Oh,
he was pulled off the bag in that. That's the right call.
That time it was more obvious that Masterson was pulled off.
I was watching his foot as he went down there. That was a great effort. And there again, you say to yourself, okay, do we charge the third baseman with an error on the throw on that, or do we give him a hit? And I say with the condition of the infield, we give him a hit.
Yeah, that's an infield hit there for Kyle Pepio.
5th hit of the evening for the Shamrocks.
Zach Zaborowski stepping in. Swing and a miss. 1-1 on the count to this may be an instance where Zaborowski normally would not hit. But in the instance where double switch puts him in a slot because they didn't have a DH tonight.
Exactly.
He's thrust into a role where he may not have been so far this year. 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss. Sharp gets 2 in the inning. He has 5 in the game, and through 4 complete innings, Noblesville with a 4-1 lead on the host Westfield Shamrocks.
Say, Craig, have you noticed just how sharp and spiffy Jim and Will have been looking here lately in this last week or so? Yeah, I'll tell you on Jim where I really noticed it was on his beard. His beard was so nicely shaped and shaven, and they have been going to Bold and Sassy Salon. That is the official salon, the official stylist for old Jim Wofford and Bill Wofford. They are located in Noblesville. If you'd like to get an appointment, there's 2 people to see over there. You can call Brenda at 317-501-0572 or contact Donna. She's at 931-436-0678. And you know, if you can make old Jim look good, that is, to coin a phrase, that's a work of art.
And if you mention this ad, 10% off your first visit with Bold and Sassy Salon.
We tease Jim a lot, and he is so good-natured about things, and such a great guy to work for. It's a pleasure to be able to be part of his organization. That's Bold and Sassy Salon in Noblesville, the official stylist for old Jim Wofford and for Bill Wofford.
Top of the 5th inning, yeah.
I've got to believe that Bill has probably gotten some input from his girlfriend Katie. And
he's been working on that.
Yeah, he's probably, she's probably pretty pleased with that look.
See, I mean, not that I wouldn't, take the services of Bold and Sassy Salon. I would welcome them if I had hair.
Well, that's a problem, but you got.
That's why Kelly just gets the clippers out and she just buzzes it right off. Jacob Tiemann leads off the top of the 5th inning for the Noblesville Millers. Down at the bottom of the zone, but that catches for a strike. Not sure she's listening. She just got back from church this evening, but yeah, she'd probably get a kick out of that. Tiemann.
And I got to be honest with you, Craig, I never gave that the first thought. Honestly, I did not. Course, I'm a little bit older than you, and I've still got a full head of hair. And
I guess I consider I have more hair than my brother had
when he was 16.
Well, close. He started losing through the middle when he was 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Tiemann gets in front of that. Just about hits Coach Fitzgerald down there at third. 2-2 on this inning's leadoff hitter, Jacob Tiemann. Swing and a miss. Looks like Tiemann got a little bit anxious, and there's out number 1 on the strikeout by Zaborowski, his first strikeout. Now Zach 2-A up.
You know what's strange about this game, Craig? The Millers, every inning they've come to bat, the first batter has gone down.
Yeah.
Every inning so far.
All 5. First inning, Travis Gillian flew out to right. Reese Sharp popped out in the second. He flew out to left in the third. And then Owens grounded out to short, and then strikeout there by Tiemann. You may have jinxed that for Westfield pitching because it's 2-0 to Zach 2-A. And that ball is going to be roped down the line, and that's going to be
extra bases.
Yep, that'll be 2 for Zach 2-A. It looks like.
Look at him get around first and into second.
And he had to slide. He stands up just as the ball gets there. And that'll be a double for Zach 2-A.
You got to give Evan Tomac credit. He got that ball in very quickly.
Third time on the base paths.
I didn't think there would be anything near a play there on Tiemann at second base, and it wasn't real close, but boy, it was right there.
So 9-hole hitter Harris Camp now up for Noblesville, and chin music makes it a 1-0 count. Cracks me up how, these teams have wristbands with their numbered plays, and you can hear out the window Justin Keevers yells 5-5-1. None of us have any idea what that means, but they look down and that player knows what they're doing. Ball in the dirt.
Good stop.
2-A stopped about a third of the way down to third.
Yeah. Collins made an excellent stop on that ball because that ball bounced probably at least 5 or 10 feet out in front of the plate. It barely hit the brick dust there, and it bounced, and Collins got over there in front of it and got it stopped to keep 2-A at second.
That ball in the dirt gets past, and
now
2-A's
going to third.
He was halfway there and advanced to third base, did 2-A.
That's going to be a pass ball. I think
sure is.
Collins probably should have had that one.
So Zach 2-A at third base. 3-0 count to Harris Camp. That ball in the dirt, and now Noblesville with runners at the corners. And that brings up the leadoff hitter, Travis Gillian. Gillian is 0 for 2 with a walk and was stranded at third in inning number 2.
Walk number 10 issued by the Shamrock pitchers so far tonight.
Yep, 8 by Skelton, 2 now by Zaborowski. Ball's down and a little bit outside. 1-0 to Gillian.
Zaborowski's a big boy. He's got good presence on the mound.
Ooh, that was close.
Close, yeah.
Checking Harris Camp over at first. He's got a pretty good move over there.
Another. And finally a pitch
2-0 to Gillian.
Gillian after about 3 or 4 throws over.
Downstairs, and he's coming real close over there. 3-0 the count.
Skelton made a good stop on that ball because that thing was very, very low, and I don't know if it bounced into him or not, but it was low, and he had to dig it out of the dirt.
I have 3-0.
Umpire is telling us it is 3-0.
Yep. Outside, ball 4. And once again, Noblesville with the bases loaded with 1 out.
Normally when you're talking about pitchers, you're talking about the statistic of the number of strikeouts that they've thrown. But tonight, for the Shamrocks, it's the number of balls that have been thrown. Don't see anybody warming up in the bullpen.
Unless it's going to be somebody in the field of play already.
If they're going to make a change.
Or if this is just a talk by Coach Bunnell.
Well, Zeborowski has done a pretty good job coming in relief of Brian Skelton. All the scoring in this game for the Millers happened in the second inning when they collected 5 walks, 1 hit batsman, and scored 4 runs on no hits. In fact, they didn't even get a hit until the third inning.
Yeah, it was that double by Tiemann in the third with 2 outs. And they've only got 3 total hits compared to what Westfield's 5 they have. So DJ Owens up with the bases loaded, 1 out.
Officially 0 for 1, a ground out to the shortstop, but he's been on base twice via the walk.
This one is hit on a line to center and floats left. Caught by Tomac. He'll throw home, but that's going to be a sac fly, F7 in your scorebooks to score Zach Tune for a 5-1 Noblesville lead. Looks like Gillian will stay at first, and now at third base.
Camp did move on down to third. Once again, the Millers have done this without a hit this inning. No, they do have 1 hit. I'm sorry, we had that double. My mistake.
Alex Cleverly, the catcher for Noblesville, up now. 2 outs. Outside, and Gillian. No throw down to second.
Collins looked, and
it's awful risky.
But he was also looking right over at third base at Harris Camp there, and Harris Camp was not making any move off of third base.
That went in there for a strike. 1-1 to Cleverly, who is 1 for 3.
You'd have a sacrifice fly.
Mm-hmm. Single, and he's got a sac fly along with the strikeout in the first. Ooh.
Nice pitch.
Get that curveball in there. 1-2. That one. Slow roller in the grass. Cleverly getting there, and
got him.
Throw just beats him on the 6-3 put out. Noblesville strands another pair. That's 10 through 5. So they're keeping that average up, but they got 1 run tacked on the board.
Say, fans, no job is too small or too big for Indiana Restoration Services. Whether you're a homeowner or a large business experiencing water, fire, storm, or need mold remediation, or if you're just a homeowner that simply needs a good carpet cleaning, Indiana Restoration has you covered. Give them a call, 317-776-9942. or visit them online, www.indianarestoration.com. I want to talk just a little bit about some upcoming events here on Hamilton County Television, Hometown Sports. Coming up tomorrow, we will have what appears right now to probably be the rubber match between the Hamilton Southeastern Royals and the Fishers Tigers, coming to you at 12 noon live from the brand new named Ken Seitz Field at Hamilton Southeastern High School. They had a very nice ceremony.
Oh, that's great.
Ken and his family and many Hamilton Southeastern alumni that played for Ken through the years, through his 25 years as the head baseball coach in that. So we'll have that game here on Hamilton County Television. These two teams will be playing tomorrow also. And head over to Dunker Field, and you can hear a familiar voice over there on the public address as our friend Craig Atkins will be over there. But the difference is that's a 6 o'clock game tomorrow night.
Yep, 6
o'clock. Rather than an afternoon game, the Millers are going to be playing the Shamrocks at 6 tomorrow night.
Yeah, they threw me for a curveball. I didn't know it was a 6 o'clock first pitch until last night during Game 1. So bottom of the fifth, leading off is the 9-hole hitter Trey Anderson. First pitch is a ball.
Anderson grounded out to the second baseman in the second inning. Second time through the order for the Shamrocks, whereas the Millers have been through their order 3 times already.
2-0. Anderson ahead in the count to start off the bottom of the fifth. That one in there. Ooh. Guess that caught off the inside. 3-0. Calls that one inside corner. 3-1. And pitch number 5 of the at-bat is walk number 1 for Reese Sharp. Leadoff hitter Logan McClurg up now for the Shamrocks.
Well, this is what the Shamrocks need. They need base runners here. In just a little bit of luck, because they are only down by 4 runs. Probably fortunate that they're only down by 4. But only down by 4 here in the bottom of the fifth.
McClurg 1 for 2. Throw down to first, and a little late on the swipe, but good throw by Cleverly. Like a ball outside for that first pitch.
See that swipe by Masterson, man. I wouldn't want to get in the way of that.
No.
That'll leave you with a welt.
Strike 1 there. 1-1 the count now. Pitch number 75 by Reese Sharp. Finds its spot out there in shallow right center. And Logan McClurg now 2 for 3.
And the Shamrocks have got something going here in the bottom of the fifth, Craig. This is exactly what they've needed. 2 on, no outs. The heart of the order coming up.
Brian actually took that. Matthew Meyer up now for Westfield. 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. No activity in the Noblesville bullpen. Sharp looking at the runners. Up and in, 1-0 on Meyer. Cleverly, the senior going to go out and talk to his young pitcher.
Sharp pitched 6 very good innings last Saturday against Fishers. Doesn't appear to be getting tired. But that leadoff walk, and you know how it is in baseball, Craig, usually that leadoff walk a lot of times leads to bad things.
And for their sake, it's probably a good thing they got that insurance run in the top of this inning to make it a 4-run cushion. That ball fouled. Going to be out of play. About 10 feet foul and way out of the reach right fielder Mark Gowdy for a 1-1 count.
This field here at Westfield, very, very generous in foul territory.
Well, speaking of, how do you feel about the new mound bullpens at Wrigley Field underneath?
That's going to be an adjustment.
Yeah. And the odd thing is those green doors, Under Armour doors, they're see-through from one side.
One-way doors.
Yeah. It'll be different.
I can remember many a time as a teenager sitting there in Wrigley Field and sitting out by those bullpens.
Oh, yeah.
Being, 10, 15 feet from the bullpen staff out there and just watching those guys warm up. Probably not a bad idea to move them, though.
Before
get them
players
out of the way.
Get hurt.
Yes.
There have been too many players that have tripped. And
two and one here.
And this one is
That's
past the
ball.
glove of Jackson Ramey, who's now playing third base. Here comes around. That's Trey Anderson going to score. And second and third, great hit by Matthew Meyer.
Matthew Meyer, on any other day without that wet turf out there, probably would have had a single. And probably maybe even the first run might not have scored. But that ball went about 50 feet beyond third base and just died out there. And it seemed like poor Zach Tuane, it felt like it took forever for him to get there. Second hit of the inning. Still no action in the Miller bullpen, and here comes Justin Keever.
I believe that's the pitching coach, Caleb Small, trying to calm his sophomore down. It looks like backup catcher Ethan Immel moving, and we're going to see some activity down there. It looks like 18, Cade Gorman, will start to warm up immediately down there in the right field bullpen. Brian Skelton up next. He's 2 for 2.
Skelton certainly would like to come through here because right now he is the pitcher of record for the Westfield Shamrocks, and he'd like nothing better than to change that.
Runners at second and third. McClurg at third. Meyer at second with that RBI double he laced down the line. Swing and a miss for strike two. 1-2 the count. Still no outs in the inning. Fouled off toward the Noblesville dugout, and it goes in. Keeps the count at 1-2.
Both dugouts urging their teams on.
Everybody up at the front railing. Sharp has 1-2. Down low, 2-2 now.
I think Gotti had a hard time laying off of that pitch. That was close.
Ball in the dirt. Cleverly blocks it and keeps it in front of him. 3-2. This is dangerous territory.
The sign of a good catcher there, the way Cleverly just moved with that ball. Mm-hmm. He saw that thing going outside, and rather than just trying to stick the mid up and stopping it, he got his body in front of it.
Yep, he'll be heading to Bellarmine in the fall down by Louisville. Swinging and fouled straight back. I didn't see that Jackson Ramey snuck in to replace Cooper Miles at third base here in the bottom of the fifth. Hits Skelton on the left shoulder. Going to load the bases. Wonder how quick Coach Keever can
I think he's going to make a change right now. He's going over to the umpire.
Yeah, it looks like one of the assistants for Noblesville jogged down to the bullpen and may summon Gorman a little earlier than he thought originally. Trying to buy a little time, having a meeting at the mound with the infield. Third baseman Sam Eaton now up for Westfield with the bases loaded. The score is Noblesville 5, Westfield 2. I'm digging the Seinfeld theme song. Meeting at the mound is over. Gorman not ready yet. It's like for now, Keever's going to just have Reese Sharp try and fish himself out of this situation if he's able to. Base is juice, Brad. And 0 for 2 tonight. Sam Eaton flew out to right in foul territory in the third and grounded to short in the first inning.
With the exception of Jackson Ramey, the infield is playing at double play depth.
Fouled away first base side.
Reese Sharp would love to get a K at this point.
That one just inside off the plate, 1-1. Here's some sighs from the crowd.
Eaton's bounced out and flown out so far in this game.
This one is on a rope, and Harris Camp catches it. Little L8 action. Gets it in. That's only out number 1, though, Brad.
They were thinking about sending Logan McClurg on that, but the third base coach just held him up big time because as Harris Camp came in, he had all the momentum going toward home plate, and he let go of a good throw.
That's just the first out on that liner from Eaton's bat. Now it's Zach Collins.
But what Reese Sharp needed more than anything else in this situation, Craig, he needed an out.
Yep.
And if he could get that out without scoring, that's even bigger.
And he got that with this one on the handle just out of the reach. First baseman Bryce Masterson Harris Camp really didn't have to move for that ball either.
No,
right
he took a few steps in, but his momentum and everything was moving in. It wasn't real well hit. Mm-hmm. But the question when I left the bat for me was, is he going to be able to catch that on the fly, or is he going to have to take that on the bounce?
This one bounces just behind Cleverly, but he retrieves it.
Evens the count at 1-1. A ball and a strike on the catcher, number 11, Zach Collins.
Sharp getting his sign. Cleverly grabs some dirt. Outside corner. Now it's 1-2.
Nice fastball.
That one is fouled. Almost snagged by first base coach over there.
You know, sometimes when you're coaching like that, your natural reaction is to try to pick it up, but then you just go, ooh, that ball's a hot shot. I don't want to
kind of shy yourself back. 1-2 the count. Sharp comes to. This one is popped up and looks like Masterson's under it in foul territory.
He's got it.
Out number 2 right there.
Logan McClurg had tagged up, and he took about 2 or 3 quick steps toward home plate and thought better of it because
would have been gunned down.
Masterson was in a situation where his back was to right field, so he didn't have to turn to throw.
No, just would have been
big out home for the Miller defense.
Evan Tomac up, the left fielder. Up high to him. He's struck out twice, once swinging and the other looking. That one strike on the outside corner. Evens the count up 1-1. We're right at 2 hours in this game. This game started at 7:02 on kind of a 1 hour delay. Same location, 1-2.
Good thing we don't have a curfew tonight.
Like I said earlier, I can't wait to not set an alarm tomorrow. I'm sure you're probably the same.
Oh, you and me both. Been a busy week all around.
You got it.
A lot of Hamilton County television activity.
Swing and a miss off the third K of Evan Tomac, and Noblesville escapes. 1, 2, 3 left on. Westfield tacks another on. It's 5-2 through 5 full innings, Brad.
Well, let's talk about Yancey's Fine Apparel and Tuxedo Rental. You know, they've been in business for over 40 years now in Noblesville, and they just moved. They are now located inside of Logan Street Signs and Banners, and we all know where that is, on South 10th Street, just south of beautiful downtown Noblesville. If you want to go there, just enter the north side door, and you'll be there. Yancey's Fine Apparel and Tuxedo Rental got the best prices around, all the way from $110 on up to $155, and that includes everything. You can give Dan a call at 317-773-2973. I wonder if they could be our official apparel provider. You know, wouldn't that be nice for us to come to work in tuxedos once in a while?
Oh.
That'd be
interesting.
That'd be classy. I don't think I've ever seen that at a ball game before.
I have a bow tie at home.
My dad was an architect. He wore a bow tie to work every day because in the days before he retired, all the architectural stuff was drawn by hand. Anyways, that's Yancey's.
Didn't want that tie in his way.
Yeah. Yancey's Fine Apparel and Tuxedo Rental. Give them a call. A brand new sponsor here on Hamilton County Television. We're proud to have them aboard. 317-773-2973.
And now bow ties have made the full comeback.
Mm-hmm.
Outside, low and away on the first pitch here in the top of the 6th inning to Bryce Masterson.
Zeborowski now, what, in his 3rd inning of work?
Mm-hmm. Yep, he's got 2 1/3 innings under his belt so far. And this one fouled straight back. 1-1 now. And curveball in there on the inside corner.
He just kind of hung that one right up there.
Trying to test Bryce, I think.
Get it 1-2.
Masterson has K'd twice, and this one outside and curves off the glove of Collins for 2-2. Masterson, like we've said multiple times tonight, he's seemed like he's very anxious at the plate. This one he fouls straight back, looks like out of play, third base side behind the Westfield dugout. On deck is the pitcher, Reese Sharp. Number 18, Cade Gorman, still down in the Noblesville bullpen warming up.
We have a final in from Fishers. The Tigers, in 6 innings, beat the Royals 11-1.
Ooh. Big rubber match at Southeastern tomorrow at Ken Seitz Field.
Ken Seitz Field, and we will be there to bring it to you. One big inning for the Tigers. Put the game out of range.
This one is streamed high and floats into shallow left field. Tomac slips a little bit. I think it might be a little dewy out there.
Yeah, I don't know if he was trying to slow down or his feet just came right out from under him.
But nonetheless, that's out number 1 with that catch by Tomac, even though he landed on his backside. Reese Sharp, the pitcher, up now. He's popped out, flown out, and walked. That one just upstairs for ball 1. This one fouled straight back off of Sharp's bat. Right fielder Mark Gowdy on deck. That one in the dirt, low. 2-1. Three and 1 now to Sharp. Oh. Ball 4, but that just about hit.
It's about as close as you come to getting hit by a pitch without.
It looks like I think we're going to have number 10, Jacob Bowen.
He ran for him before.
Yep. Gowdy's walked, scored, stolen a base, and he popped out to short twice in his 3 plate appearances.
Scored the first run of the game.
Yes, sir, he did. Zaborowski crouching down low, almost like a submariner would, but then he gets back up into his stretch. First pitch to Gowdy is a ball. This one is into the left center gap. That's going to be a base hit. And 2 Noblesville Millers are on base. That was a nice placement there, actually,
yes,
on that hit.
Mm-hmm. Good line drive hit.
Jacob Tiemann up. He's 1 for 2 with a walk and scored on a wild pitch in the second.
I've got the Millers now with 4 hits, Craig.
Let me do a little counting, make sure that's where I'm at.
Give me a sanity check there, bud.
That is 4. Curveball right in there for Zaborowski. 0-1 to Tiemann.
His curveball's been very, very good so far this evening.
Yeah, I've been pretty impressed with the freshman pitcher, Zach Zaborowski.
Another curve.
Yep, Tiemann leaned right to it.
Another strike for the second strike.
Shied away, and that ball just sat right in the zone. 0-2 the count on Jacob Tiemann.
People should make a recording of that. That's the way a breaking ball should be thrown.
Yeah, he is the textbook. That ball low and away. He's throwing textbook curveballs.
Hasn't had a lot of success with the fastball, but that curveball has been very, very effective.
He might as well try and eat the pitchers or the hitters up with that curveball.
Yep.
Here's a 1-2 from Zaborowski. Just away, 2-2.
So most batters you talk to, they really prefer that fastball over the breaking pitch. I know when my son played, at times he had a real hard time with the curveball.
It just throws you for a loop.
Zaborowski shook off a couple signs there. Let's see what he comes with.
He wants
here.
the curve. Swing and a miss by Tiemann. That's out number 2. The second strikeout of Tiemann by Zaborowski. And that brings up Zach Tuane, who roped a double down the left field line and scored in his last at bat. Going to see if he can do something here to try and extend this Noblesville lead here in the top of the 6th inning. That one in the dirt.
One of the few off-speed pitches he's actually missed with tonight. He's been pretty much spot on those off-speeders.
Late off of that, that's right down the pipe for a fastball strike.
Evens the count at 1-1. Wow.
Wow.
Another nice curveball.
Right on the outside corner.
All Tuane could do is just watch that thing.
Yep.
I mean, that was a
It's
great
a thing
pitch.
of beauty.
That was a beautiful pitch. One more like that, and he'll have a K.
It's almost like a 12-6 curveball from a left-hander.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the 1-2 to Tuane. And he'll hit this one in the hole at short. Everybody's safe. Infield single for Zach Tuane.
What Myers did when he fielded that, though, Craig, is he prevented another run from scoring.
Yep, that could have
very well. Because with 2 outs, who's the runner? Jacob
Bowen.
It was there at second. He took off with the pitch, and if that ball had gotten beyond Myers, he certainly would have scored.
Yeah, Meyer with a lot of experience out there at shortstop. Outside. It's the third time Harris Camp has come up. Actually, I'm sorry. He only had one time with the bases loaded, but there have been a few players that have come up with the bases loaded.
He's reached base every time.
Yeah.
2 walks and a hit by pitch.
Oh, just about got hit again.
Wow.
We almost said that on command.
Woo!
2-0. The count now to Harris Camp.
That's when you start thinking about some of those new developments in the helmets that, to protect the players a little, some of those new Kevlar-type helmets that they have got coming out.
Almost got hit there on the shoulder. 3-0.
No place for him to go. Millers would like nothing better than to put a couple more runs on the board here in the bottom of the 6th.
This will be pitch number 69 out of Zaborowski, and that's ball 4. Second time Harris Camp has walked, and a run has come in.
Jacob Bowen scores the 6th run of the game for the Millers.
6-2, Noblesville, and that moves
top of the order.
Mark Gowdy to third. Zach Tuane now at second, and Harris Camp at third on that walk.
More action in the Shamrock bullpen now.
Travis Gillian now up as we're at the top of Noblesville's order.
Gillian making his 5th appearance at the plate tonight.
0 for 2 with a pair of walks. Gillian, ground ball to second. Over to first, easy does it for Trey Anderson to strand 3 Millers on the base paths.
So we are in the middle of the 6th. The score remains Millers 6, Shamrocks 2. You know, there's a 25th anniversary celebration coming up this year, Craig, at Logan Street Signs and Banners. They specialize in last-minute signage and banners, serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. What were you doing in 92?
I was in, 7th grade.
7th grade. I had been a Hamilton County resident in 92 all of 3 years.
Don't mean to make you feel old.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Logan Street Signs and Banners serving Hamilton County and Noblesville since 1992. Give them a call, 773-7200, or visit their brand new website, www.loganstreetsigns.com. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You know, you never can tell what Jim and Sherry are going to come up with. They are always, they're innovators.
Oh, yeah.
And
they've always got something going on when you go in.
The latest in technology, the latest in everything. Jim is one of the. I don't think I wonder at times if the man ever sleeps.
My guess
He's
is
always
very
thinking.
little.
He's always thinking about something.
Yeah, and if we see banners, the senior players' banners or the team photo banners, if you've got those to be made and placed at your stadium, your fields, give Logan Street Signs and Banners a call, 773-7200. They'll be glad to service you with those needs.
Yep. But they're not on Logan Street.
That's true. Don't get confused.
Yeah,
they were only there for 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah, they were. They're on South 10th Street. You can't miss them.
No.
Right across the street from the co-op. By a couple other fantastic Noblesville businesses right there by Yancey's Fine apparel and tuxedo rental.
Noblesville Trophies.
Yeah, Noblesville Trophies.
Wofford Theater.
Wofford Theater.
This one swung on and belted. Looks like Gowdy is able to get to it. Slides.
Oh, he dropped it.
He dropped it. Yep, that's going to be a single, and he advanced on the...
You going to give him a single?
I think it's a single. What do you think? E9?
Wet out there. I'm almost tempted to give him a 2-base hit.
Why not? Feeling generous on a Friday.
Well, Kyle Pepio, he's a sophomore. He needs a couple hits like that. We'll give it to him.
He's 2 for 3 tonight, and that brings up...
Shamrocks have out-hit the Millers, but are still 4 runs behind.
I believe this is still Zach Zaborowski. Nope, check that. This is Cam Nance. So I believe we will see a new pitcher in the top of the 7th. Hold one, ball in the dirt. Good throw down to second. 1-1 our count now.
Shamrocks trying to cut into this 4-run deficit. Miller's trying to hold on for the victory to take a 2-0 lead in the series.
And the very cool and unique thing about the Hoosier Crossroads Conference, and we're kind of interested to see what's going to happen once Franklin Central joins in the 18-19 school year. Hooped that ball outside, but cleverly snags
it. Nice
it.
Stop.
Yeah, what'll happen, because with 8 teams in the conference at that point, and who knows if they're going to try and go for schools 9 and 10.
That would be 21 conference games. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see him drop it back to a 2-game series.
That ball down and away, 3-2. Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. 2-game series, and like I brought up to someone earlier downstairs, I'll bring this up after the pitch. 3-2, fouled back, and kind of like the there's a little hum. Like with some say Big Ten basketball for an example, or whatever big conference. They'll play some teams home and home, but just some teams either away or some teams home. Maybe something like that. So,
of course, back in the day when the Big Ten was the Big Ten,
not 10,
you
14.
played home and away for basketball. You played each team twice.
Up high, walks Cam Nance. 2 runners aboard, with Trey Anderson coming up. Also a freshman who's making his presence known really early here in his career. He's scored tonight. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out and a walk, scoring in the 5th. One of Westfield's 2 runs. Sharp turns, and back to second goes Kyle Pepio. Swing and a miss by Anderson.
Our apologies for that little hum you were hearing in your the audio portion. We had a lot of rain out here this afternoon, and we had a couple cables get wet, and apparently it's still a little bit of a problem, but it's not your television or your computer.
Just a bit outside and away. 1-1. Sharps count on Anderson. Sharp comes set in the stretch. Ooh, that ball hits him. Nope.
No, it didn't hit him.
That flew right between the batter and Cleverly's glove. So both runners advance bases to Pepio at third base, and Nance to second, respectively.
The Shamrocks are not that far out of this game,
no,
Craig, and
this is just a 4-run game.
You know, a little bit of good hitting and a little combination of a little bit of a luck here with no outs. They could be right back in this game. They had a similar situation last inning and did manage to score 1 run, but could not get any more.
2-2 is the count to Trey Anderson. Down low, 3-2.
Anderson, one of the freshmen on this Shamrock team.
Yeah, one of 2, and they're both in the lineup right now. Zaborowski and Trey Anderson. This one fouled away.
Good battle going on here. You just wonder how much Reese Sharp has got left in that arm.
Yep, Cade Gorman looks like he's ready down there in the pen. This one is...
That's going to drop in there.
Camp couldn't corral it with his hand. That's going to score 1 run. Kyle Pepio comes in with that bloop single.
Second hit of the inning, first run. And we're up at the top of the order for the Shamrocks.
And Logan McClurg is 2 for 3. Looks like the night for Reese Sharp is going to be over as he hands the ball to Coach Keever. And he'll call to the pen, I believe, number 18, Cade Gorman, who's been warming up for a little bit.
Reese Sharp pitched a good ball game tonight, Craig.
He did.
You know, it's really kind of strange that the Millers have got a 3-run lead, but the Shamrocks have out-hit the Millers 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 to 5. 9 hits to 5 hits so far in that, but they've all been, spread out, and the Noblesville defense has come to the forefront when they've needed to come to the forefront, and they have taken and gotten things done. Let's talk just a little bit while we get our pitcher warming up here about events coming up here on Hamilton County Television. Tomorrow at 12 noon, we'll be back at Hamilton Southeastern High School for the Fishers Tigers Hamilton Southeastern game.
Rubber match.
Coming up, I believe, the 18th. It's either Tuesday or Wednesday. Jim and I were talking about this earlier. Will be the premiere of lacrosse.
I think it's the 18th.
Yeah, which would make it on Tuesday. Girls lacrosse, the Hamilton Southeastern Royals will be at Noblesville at Hare Field. That is a 7:30 game. Then coming up later in the week on Friday, Westfield will be at Hamilton Southeastern. We'll have that game for you. And then on Saturday, we will be right back here at Westfield again as the Royals come here to Westfield to meet these Westfield Shamrocks. So seeing a lot of the Shamrocks here in these next 8 to 10 days here in the month of April. But also next week or at the later in the month, we'll have some softball for you. Pendleton Heights at Hamilton Southeastern. But the big one next week, lacrosse comes to Hamilton County TV, and we're glad to have them with us.
You got it. First hitter to step in against Cade Gorman is number 14, Logan McClurg. As it looks like another Noblesville pitcher will head down to the bullpen, 19, Nick Halbert.
McClurg is 2 for 3 so far tonight. 2 singles, flew out to the center fielder in his first at bat.
Up high for Gorman's first pitch. Runner at first base is Trey Anderson. Cam Nance at third. Second pitch in there for a strike.
Still no outs with that 1-1 count here in the bottom of the sixth.
Westfield threatening. They've got one run here in the inning. It's 6-3. That ball in there for a strike. 1-2.
Shamrocks would like nothing better than to get at least two of these runs in this inning and maybe tie it or go ahead in this inning and take this game away from the Millers and go down to Dunker Field tomorrow for the rubber match of the 3-game series.
That ball in the dirt. Cleverly blocks it. 2-2. Comes a 2-2. Oh. Steps to third. Keeps Anderson honest at first. That one in the dirt and a pass ball. Actually, a wild pitch is going to score Cam Nance to make it 6-4. And now it's 3-2 as the count to McClurg.
McClurg represents the tying run in this game right now.
So an on a handle, and Travis Gillian out on the back lip behind third. Catches that ball for out number 1.
Millers get a big break on that one. They get the first out. That was hit just hard enough that a little bit harder, and that probably would have been a bloop single.
Mm-hmm. That would have definitely gotten Anderson to third base, but he stands at second base with 1 out.
Well, good base running on the part of Anderson because he very easily, if he gets too far from that base, he could have been picked off.
Gorman catches the outside corner, gets ahead early on Meyer, who had an RBI double last time up. That one in the dirt.
Both of the catchers tonight have done a great job of blocking the ball. A lot of balls in the dirt this evening.
And there for strike 2 on the outside corner. 1-2. Yeah, both these catchers followed a pretty good mentor, if you will, in the previous catcher, Brett Rundle for Noblesville.
Mm-hmm.
And last year, Jackson Garrett.
Yep.
And before that, Bailey Partlow for Westfield. Runner going, and that ball is going to be grounded to short. Gillian gets the out at first. The runner over to third base with 2 away. So Anderson at third. Now it's Brian Skelton, the first baseman.
Haven't had a lot of long ball tonight so far. I mean, we've had a couple decently hit pitches, but nothing threatening to go out of the park.
Nothing that was going to go anywhere.
Yeah. Still a little bit humid out there.
Gorman This one a little bit low.
And humidity tends to dampen the ball and just
keeps it down.
Yep. Just doesn't quite fly as well.
I think that's what's that barometric pressure?
Mm-hmm.
I'm no meteorologist, but that one just low and away. Gorman trying to place it. Now it's 2-0.
Yeah, the atmospheric conditions, so many cases have got so much to do. You know, the pitchers and hitters will talk about this is a home run park, a home run friendly park, and in the end, a lot of it's got to do with that weather.
That one is hit and going to be over Harris Camp's head and to the wall. Trey Anderson scores for 1 run in. That's going to be an RBI double for Brian Skelton.
Brian Skelton went flying around second base there, and I thought for a second that he might think about trying to get over to third, but he ended up putting the brakes on.
Can't be too overzealous.
Yeah, and he ends up representing the tying run in this game, and that's going to bring up Sam Eaton. We're getting a pinch runner, or a courtesy runner, for Skelton. Well, in this case, since he is not the pitcher anymore, that's going to be Caleb Pettijohn. But I would assume that Shelton will re-enter. Probably just a matter of trying to get a little bit more speed on the bases, Craig.
You got it.
Eaton is 0 for 3.
Had it ball in there for a strike. Nope. He held back on his call, I think.
Grounded out to the shortstop, flown to right and flown to left so far tonight. Another hit like that, one that Skelton got, and this game will be tied.
Yep. Cleverly blocks that ball as it hits in front of the plate, 2-1.
Not a particularly loud crowd here tonight.
No. It's almost like fans are keeping to themselves, as intense as this has gotten in different spots.
Yes, it has.
2-1 the count. 3-1 as that ball got away from Gorman. On deck will be the catcher, Zach Collins.
Ball 4.
That was close, but called ball 4.
So the tying and winning runs are both on base now. Bringing up the catcher, Zach Collins.
2
1
outs.
for 3. Had a single in the second, scored in the second. Grounded to third. Copped out to the first baseman so far.
Swing and a miss on that first pitch from Gorman.
Any kind of a hit in this situation, Craig, probably ties this game.
Most certainly. 6-5 is our score. Westfield with 3 runs here in the bottom of the 6th.
Ooh,
Jude
close.
Just about got him. If that same thing earlier, if that ball would have been thrown lower.
It was an accurate throw, but just a little bit too high. And who's the pinch runner for Skelton? That's Pettijohn, isn't it?
Yep. Caleb Pettijohn out there.
He just managed to get in under that tag. If that had been waist high instead of shoulder high, he would have been out.
Up and away. 2-1. Yeah, I think Gillian and Cleverly are on the same page. Have been for a few years. because we saw that throw and Gillian wasn't quite at the bag yet.
Yep.
Popped straight up cleverly. Looks like he has a play on it and catches it for the third out.
Inning.
So that ends the Westfield threat. They had left 2 runners on base. They've left 9 on base. Noblesville has left, I believe, 10.
Fans Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provides you with same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out online, www.noblesvilletrophies.com. You can follow them on Facebook and also on Twitter. And, Craig, we just got to talk one more time about that new look that Will and Jim both have. They got it at Bold and Sassy Salon in Noblesville. A couple of the stylists there. You can contact Brenda, 317-501-0572, or Donna, 931-436-0678. They are located in Noblesville. They are the official stylists for old Jim Wofford and Bill Wofford. And mention that you heard this on Hamilton County Television, and they'll even give you 10% off. Bold and Sassy Salon. Give them a call or a text for an appointment in Noblesville.
New pitcher for Westfield here in the top of the 7th inning is looks like number 3, Cam Nance. Yep, that's number 3, Cam Nance out there. Nance pitched briefly in Game 1 last night.
Well, the Millers kind of dodged a bullet there in the bottom of the 6th. And with the momentum, the way it has shifted in this game, Craig, I'm thinking that they have got to be thinking about wanting to get a couple more runs on the board, because coming up in the bottom of the 7th for the Shamrocks, it'll be their 6, 7, and 8 batters.
Yep, Tomac, Pepio, and Nance in the bottom of the 7th.
The Millers have got their 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up here in the top of the 7th.
Last time up, DJ Owens with a sac fly to left, driving in Zach Tuine, or this game would be tied.
Mm-hmm. Now you can hear the Noblesville dugout.
They're getting a little riled up. Just a bit outside and away to start the at-bat to DJ Owens, who's walked twice, grounded out to short, and had a sac fly. 2-0.
Gave him about 2 hours and 40 minutes old at this point.
Fouled away, third base side.
We've had a lot of runners on the bases tonight.
Westfield's left 10 on, Noblesville 13 so far.
Wow.
This one by DJ Owens is going to be caught out there and right.
Kyle Pepio made a nice catch.
Yep. Good bet on the ball nonetheless by DJ Owens. He also just a sophomore.
Catcher Alex Cleverly steps in, had a great night behind the plate. Sacrifice fly and a hit also.
Swing and a miss by Cleverly. Curveball.
Nice curve. Ooh, wow. That was wicked.
in the dirt and away. 1-2. Cleverly hits one in the hole at short, takes an extra bounce, and overthrows. That's going to be an E6. And looks like Cleverly will stand up at second base. Unfortunately for him, that's an E6.
That was going to be a hard play for him to make, and Brian Skelton over there at first base, he jumped as high as he could. But
he's somewhat tall there, but not that tall.
Yeah, but he just could not get up there to stop that ball. And the Millers are in business here in the top of the 7th with a runner on second base. That's only the first error of the game for the Millers.
Yeah. Swing and a miss by Masterson.
I've got the Shamrocks also with just one error. I think we were a little generous on our scoring tonight, partially because of field conditions. Nance out there cleaning his cleats behind the mound.
Sometimes those spikes get caked with mud.
Mm-hmm.
Up and away on that one. Pitch got away from Cam Nance. 1-1 to Masterson. Outside for 2-1.
Millers would love to get this run in from second base and give themselves at least a 2-run cushion going into the bottom of the 7th. The Shamrocks have not given up.
Not by any means, with 3 in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss by Masterson there, trying to fill up. That is Tyler Owens, courtesy running for Cleverly out there at second base. Kind of snuck in out there. Didn't see him trot out there. 2-2, and Masterson heard a kid just say it. He's anxious. Fouls this one back.
Yeah, I think the other factor that comes into a game like this too, Craig, is probably more so for the Shamrocks than the Millers. This is probably one of their real rivalry games.
Oh yeah, this rivalry is just. Thank you. A little extra popcorn. Upstairs, 3-2. And it's tough when you're anxious at the plate to be patient. Nance comes set in the stretch. Upstairs, and Masterson walks. 2 runners on for Noblesville. He was patient there. 7 pitches to take first base there. And looks like Zach Collins is out there to talk to Cam Nance for a second. And Jacob Bowen will run for Masterson at first.
Reese Sharp has re-entered their bat.
Sharp on the night. 0-2 with a couple walks. Bowen, who's at first base, scored for him in the 6th.
As of right now, Reese Sharp is the pitcher of record for the Millers, if the score doesn't change.
Nance checks the runners. This ball is smoked, foul.
Sam Eaton is not really playing real close to that third base line there. I would have thought that maybe he might be a little further over toward the line to try to guard from that ball going down into the corner for a double.
And if a ball comes to him, to step on the bag to get the lead runner out.
Exactly.
Reese Sharp lays off. Ball falls outside, 2-1 now. Up high, 3-1.
Nance in danger of walking the bases loaded. Mark Gowdy is on deck.
Gowdy 1 for 3 with a walk and scored. Sharp hits this one to shallow center, and that ball dropped.
They're going to have a play at third. They're going to have a play at second. They're going to have a double play. They're out of the inning.
Yep, they're out because Bowen did not advance. Looks like first base coach Quentin Miller having a talk with him. He has to advance on that. So
An interesting way to end the seventh inning.
Sharp gets on with a fielder's choice.
A big break for the Westfield Shamrocks there, because when that ball fell in there, it appeared as though that possibly the Millers might be able to score, but a bad job of base running by the Millers.
Okay, we've got some changes in the field. Harris Camp now pitching for Noblesville, replacing Gorman. And looking around the horn, believe it's Mark Gowdy, number 3, out in center field. Let's see if we can pick out who that right fielder is.
He would have taken the place of Camp out there.
Yep. And out there and right, see Cooper Miles back at third base. I think that's Tyler Owens playing second base. Yes, it is. Number 11 out there. Can't pick out that right fielder's number yet. No numbers on the front.
And we got Harris Camp pitching now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, while Harris warms up, Craig, let's talk one more time about Yancey's Fine Apparel and Tuxedo Rental. They've been doing business in Noblesville for over 40 years, and they are now located inside of Logan Street Signs and Banners. Just go in the north side door. Yancey's Fine Apparel and Tuxedo Rental. They've got a lot of prom specials coming up, and they guarantee the best prices around, from $110 to $155. That includes everything. Give Dan a call. Ask about all their specials at Yancey's Fine Apparel and Tuxedo Rental. 317-773-2973.
22, Evan Tomac, the left fielder, leads off here in the bottom of the seventh inning.
Shamrocks need 1 to tie, 2 to win it here in the bottom of the seventh.
First pitch from Camp is a strike to Tomac, who's 0 for 3 with 3 Ks. So it's fouled straight back, out of play.
Ooh, a little low.
2-2. Ground ball to Owens. Over to first for out number 1.
Tyler Owens.
Check that, Tyler.
Yep.
He replaced DJ. And that brings Kyle Pepio, the right fielder, up.
Pepio led off the 6th with a double and scored the first of 3 runs that the Shamrocks scored last inning.
That one sails off
way
Cleverly's glove.
over everybody's head.
2 for 3 is Pepio tonight. This one grounded to first. Gets him by a nose hair.
So the Millers are within an out of taking this series to a 2-0 lead.
Cam Nance, the pitcher, now up.
Nance, last chance Nance for the Westfield Shamrocks.
Outside for ball 1.
So far, Brian Skelton and Reese Sharp are the pitchers of record for the game tonight.
Ball 2, up and inside. That went in there 3-0. On deck will be Trey Anderson.
We're in our 14th half inning here, Craig. We have not had a 3-up, 3-down half inning yet. And we're not going to have one in this one.
Looks like we're going to have
probably I'm guessing a pinch runner for Nance, or a courtesy runner.
Or at least Coach Bunnell wants to talk to Nance. No player has been sent out to replace him yet.
Shamrocks are 1 out away from going 0-2 in this 3-game series. 1 run away from tying it up. Anderson has been on base twice so far tonight. Did ground to the second baseman in the second inning. Walked in the 5th, had a single in the 6th, and did score.
First pitch from Camp to Anderson in there for a ball.
Noblesville fans not happy about that call.
In the dirt, 2-0. In a situation like this, I think the pitcher just honestly, Harris Camp's got to relax.
Mm-hmm.
You're out there playing catch. Runner advances. Cam Nance does. And that ball hit the dirt.
Anderson did the right thing just by stepping back.
If he wouldn't have, that would have...
He could have been possibly called for interference. That's going to put a runner at third and a runner at first.
Tying run is at third.
2 walks in a row. The walk has been the topic of the evening here at the Shamrock Field.
Coach Keever going to the bullpen once again. And let's see, I think this is going to be number 19, if I'm not mistaken, Nick Halbert. As Harris Camp will go back to center field. And Mark Gowdy will, that was Bryce Randolph out in right field. So Gowdy will go back to right field, Camp to center.
I'm glad you've got all that.
All those wholesale substitutions. Nick Halbert, a left-hander.
Millers need an out. Shamrocks need a run. We're in the bottom of the 7th. 2 outs. 2 runners on for the Shamrocks. Runners at first and third. Top of the order coming up for the Shamrocks. Trey Anderson at first. Cam Nance at third.
Halbert just needs 1 out to save this for the Millers. And if Cam Nance were to score here, that would tie this ball game up. We have hit 10 o'clock. It's 10:02. We're at 3 hours on the dot.
What did Yogi Berra used to say? It's never over until it's over. How true in baseball.
You got it right. Top of the order for Logan McClurg. He's 2 for 4. Fly out, pop out, and 2 singles.
Not a big crowd here tonight, but none of them have left.
No. Obviously that rain has stayed away since it got here earlier and subsided. Westfield has runners at the corners. 2 outs. Logan McClurg up. Strike 1 from Halbert. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Well, this is when Alex Cleverly really earns his keep as a catcher.
Yep.
Because that ball was down in the dirt, and he made a nice block on that. Otherwise, Nance would have scored the tying run.
0-2 is the count. Halbert comes set in the stretch.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh,
If we could see a replay of that.
My.
That one was cookie cutter.
Woo-wee.
Right down the pipe.
You could hear the sigh of relief coming from the left field side and the sigh of disgust coming from the right field side from the various fans.
Oh, 2-2.
I'll buy that one being outside.
That ball was outside.
2-2. 2 outs. 2 runners on. Bottom of the 7th.
Here comes the 2-2 from Halbert. Got him. Looking. And Noblesville puts an end to the Westfield threat to win the ball game. And Noblesville, final score, they take the series and they'll head back to Dunker Field tonight. And for tomorrow's game, they'll have a 2-0 series lead and trying to sweep it tomorrow, Brad.
Well, we'll wrap this up in just a second here, Craig, after we remind everybody, thank them for joining us for today's broadcast of IHSS Baseball on Hamilton County Television, presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners, where they're celebrating 25 years of business. We'd also like to thank our other great sponsors, that being Noblesville Trophy, Wofford Theater, Movies on the Road, Community Health, Church Hiddle and Antrim, Ivy Tech, Smith Jewelers, Mark Hairbrandt, The Bold and Sassy Salon, Indiana Restoration, and our newest sponsors, Yancey's Fine Apparel and Tuxedo Rental. Well, as it turns out, the starting pitchers are the pitchers of record.
Yes, sir.
Reese Sharp gets the win. Brian Skelton gets the loss in what at one time was almost looking like the Millers were just going to run away with this game, and that the Westfield Shamrocks were just giving them the game. And then there later in the game, things turned around. The Shamrocks never were able to tie it up, but they got close. Your final thoughts, Craig?
I mean, just obviously a topsy-turvy because you see a 4 spot for Noblesville in the top of the second. And for a couple innings, I think they kind of laid back a little bit. And both teams get a run to they kept, keeping each other honest. But then bottom of the 6th inning, 3 runs on the Westfield account. And they brought this thing back to a 6-5 1-run deficit. And Harris Camp comes in and, gets 2 quick outs here in the top of the 7th, or bottom of the 7th, rather. 2 walks kind of doomed him. And Justin Keever goes to the bullpen, and Nick Halbert did the job he was supposed to. He came in, pitched 5 pitches, and catches Logan McClurg looking for the final out of the game, a strikeout, and giving Noblesville, after starting the conference season out 0-3, a much-needed second conference win in a row.
Well, the play of the night was the walk. Most definitely. I've never seen a game with so many walks in my life. And in that. Well, on behalf of Craig Atkins, my name is Brad Silbert. We thank you for joining us here on Hamilton County Television for tonight's coverage of IHSAA Baseball. Remind you, we will be back tomorrow at 12 noon at Hamilton Southeastern, where the Hamilton Southeastern Royals and the Fishers Tigers will meet for the rubber match of their 3-game set. Good night